Before you write a single prompt or call an API, you need to understand what actually happens when an AI generates text. It isn't thinking. It's executing billions of matrix multiplications to pick the single highest probability token. Welcome back to AI Sandbox. Today we're building your developer blueprint, modality by modality dynamic processing, reasoning logic with live trace comparisons, token economics, and current frontier model pricing. Generative models process distinct data modalities with dynamic technical demands at each level. Text models optimize for raw token throughput and sequence prediction. Audio models process direct acoustic waveforms natively, eliminating latency from separate text-to-speech pipelines. Vision models convert pixels into spatial embeddings for spatial tracking and document parsing. And multimodal models unify text, vision, and audio into a shared cross-attention transformer. Standard LLMs generate answers instantly by picking the most likely next word, making them prone to logical traps. Reasoning models, like OpenAI's O3 Mini or DeepSeek R1, use reinforcement learning to execute a hidden chain of thought before answering. They break down equations, verify assumptions, and correct their own math prior to generating the final output. Before talking about context window limits, let's define the fundamental unit, the token. LLMs don't read words, they read tokens. As a developer rule of thumb, one token is roughly 0.75 words or 4 characters. So, 1,000 tokens equals about 750 words. Context window is the working RAM capacity of your model, how many tokens it can read in a single turn before earlier details drop out. Let's calculate a real prompt cost using standard API rates of $3 per million input tokens and $15 per million output tokens. For a 10,000-word document, that is roughly 13,333 input tokens. At $3 per million, that costs roughly 4 cents. A 500-word summary outputs roughly 667 tokens. At $15 per million, that is 1 cent. That brings your total cost per prompt to roughly 5 cents. Here is where the major API providers stand on price to performance. OpenAI offers flagship GPT models for standard workloads and the O series for reasoning tasks. Anthropic's Claude Sonnet remains a top choice for developer coding workflows. Google's Gemini Pro leads for massive context retrieval with up to 2 million token windows. In open-weight AI, top open-source models now match closed APIs at a fraction of the cost. DeepSeek V3, R1, and V4 deliver frontier-grade reasoning and chat at fraction of a cent rates. Qwen 2.5 and 3.5 from Alibaba offer exceptional coding, mathematical logic, and multilingual capability. And Llama 3.3 and 4 from Meta remain the standard for fine-tuning and self-hosted local deployments. Understanding tokens, reasoning mechanisms, and model economics helps you build faster, more efficient AI applications. Subscribe to AI Sandbox for more privacy-first, open-source developer tool guides.